Hello, everyone. Welcome to Club Passim. Thank you for coming out and spending some time with us on your Friday night. I think it's Friday. I'm going to go with Friday. Great. Thank you so much for being here. Before we get to our talent-packed show for tonight, I just want to tell you a little bit about Club Passim. Passim is a nonprofit organization, and we've been operating as a venue in Harvard Square for over 60 years now. Since March and the world shut down, we have moved all of our programming, all of our services online, and bringing everything to where you are. So right now, Passim is, not just in my living room, but also in yours. We have also moved our School of Music online, so if you made that New Year's resolution to take that guitar off the wall, dust it off, we have some classes and some workshops that you can check out. If you go to passim.org, you can see all of our classes that are starting soon. We also have a Celtic Music Festival that we're moving online. The Boston Celtic Music Festival is going to be not this weekend, but next weekend. It's going to be 4 days of sessions and concerts and workshops. So if you're interested at all in any of the many facets of Celtic music, please come back and check that out. It's going to be a fantastic time. And we also just awarded $40,000 in grants through our Iguana Music Fund. That's a project that Passim has been administering for the last 13 years. And every year we give $40,000 in direct aid to musicians. And this is for specific projects, folks who need to book studio time, usually folks who want to go on the road or want to go to music conferences. This year, of course, the focus has changed a bit, and a lot of folks were awarded grants to upgrade their home streaming equipment or to learn how to produce their own music so that they can create music while they're at home and off the road for right now. So that's just some of the things that we do here at Passim, and that is what you are supporting when you come to a Passim show. So if you enjoy the show tonight and you are able to, we're suggesting a $25 ticket price for tonight. You can go to passim.org/stream, and there's that yellow PayPal donate button right in the center. And you can donate to support both all the artists you're going to see tonight and Passim, and that is going to help us continue with our mission of supporting artists and bringing their art out to you. So thank you for being here. If you can't afford it, we still want you here, especially in difficult times like this in our country. It is important that we all come together and gather for things like this, even when it's just online. So thank you for coming out. Please do support if you can. And I am not going to talk anymore because there is so much good music that's going to be coming to you folks. Up in a little bit, we're going to have a special guest of Liz Longley. But to kick things off, I'd like to welcome Nobody's Girl.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. It's so great to see y'all commenting in. Please tell us where you're watching from. And for those of you watching this maybe later on or on YouTube or other places, we love to hear from you. So don't be shy. Say hi. Oh my gosh, that rhymes.
It rhymed.
And we want to know where you're. Oh my God, right?
Oh, it is so nice to be here, and we felt like we needed to just say a very quick hello, extra special. We love you, and wow, things are so wild right now, and we did debate whether it felt appropriate to even get on and sing songs about our feelings, given what's going on in the world right now. And after very little discussion, realized that when we're struggling, which some amongst us are, and we know that it's a hard time, the thing that makes us feel best is coming together and sharing energy and space and music with each other and with people we love. So it is that energy that we are bringing here tonight, and thank you very much for bringing yourselves to this stream, and we're looking forward to hanging out.
Yeah.
End of speech.
I saw your face in the stars last night, shining down from a clear black sky. Colorado turned out the lights. 1,000 miles from California, 1,000 more to the Blue Ridge Mountains, all in the cradle of your weary hands. Staring at the great divide, staring at the great divide, staring at the great divide, looking to the left, looking to the right.
Cardboard city full of government tents, kids trying to sleep over subway vents, keeping watch over cold cement. No vote in North Dakota with a native ID. Churches shot, Philly, Jersey, Kansas, Tennessee. We're all waking up from the same lost street.
Staring at the great divide, staring at the great divide, staring at the great divide, looking to the left, looking to the right. Is there a sign on your neighbor's lawn that makes you wonder how we went so wrong? Show me a sign we can all get on. Saw a man quilt an 8-foot flag with just his hands and a pile of rags. Sometimes all we need is what we have. Staring at the great divide, staring at the great divide, staring at the great divide, looking to the left, looking to the right. I only see what I can see, feeling small but not that free. 'Cause from where I stand, this doesn't look like a promised land. Staring at the great divide, staring at the great divide, staring at the great divide. 'Cause from where I stand, this could still be the promised land. Hi guys! It's good to see you guys commenting, and it's good to see you, my bandmates. I love seeing your faces.
Good to see you too, buddy.
It's funny, like with all the Zooming and stuff that everybody jokes about doing, we don't actually do that often, so I really miss y'all's faces in between these shows.
I know.
We like to keep it fresh for the concerts. You know?
Keep the mystery alive. Well, I love some of y'all saying where you're tuning in from. Oh, Ruth, she's tuning in from the U.S. Virgin Islands. That's cool.
I want to tune in from there.
I know.
That sounds great. We'll come visit.
Judy Sawyer, Robin, Michael, Kent, Trina, Carolyn Schulman from
Thank
Denver.
you, Carolyn. I guess I probably could have mentioned before we played that song that we just played, if you haven't heard it before, heard us, it's a song that we all wrote together a couple summers ago, and we were saying earlier that it's all we feel like singing right now. It's like, this could be the promised land. It could be.
I know. Back when things used to feel so divided.
God, Betty Sue.
Sorry, I know I'm so dark.
Yeah,
I love it.
but it's true.
Well, I guess.
Should we leave you the stage, Betty Sue?
I guess so. I guess I'll do this.
Rumor has it if we go away, we get to hear Betty Sue sing a song by herself.
What?
You guys. Well, this is another one that we wrote together that will be on the new record coming out this summer. So keep your eyes peeled for it. But the single is already out, so you can find this song online.
clock's ringing and it's off to the races. Gotta make a decent breakfast, gotta find a parking space, and now the boss is in your ear. You look him in the eye, gotta make it all look easy. Never let him see you try. For once in my life, when I have too much to drink. For once in my life, I wanna tell him what I think. Tongue between my teeth, taste of iron in my mouth. Iron in my mouth, can't let it out. I've got a tiger by the toe. Even if he hollers, won't let go. Won't let go. Even if he, I've got a tiger by the toe. Even if he hollers, won't let go. Won't let go. Even if he hollers. Never met my neighbor and I lived here 7 years. If I died tonight, would anybody care? Wonder if my ex would answer, I don't wanna be alone. I could blow my life up just by picking up the phone. For once in my life, I wanna cut and run. For once in my life, I wanna have a little fun. Nobody can see me, no one's gonna know. No one's gonna know, no one's gonna know. I've got a tiger by the toe. Even if he hollers, won't let go. Won't let go. Even if he, I've got a tiger by the toe. Even if he hollers, won't let go. Won't let go. Even if he hollers, oh, go on, go on. So go on, come on, so go on. I dare you, so go on. Oh, give me one more reason. I'm just one reason away. Yeah. I've got a tiger by the toe. Even if he hollers, won't let go. Won't let go. Even if he, I've got a tiger by the toe. Even if he hollers, won't let go. Won't let go. Even if he hollers, I've got a tiger by the toe. Even if he hollers, won't let go. Won't let go. Even if he hollers, I've got a tiger by the toe. Even if he hollers, won't let go. No, won't let go. Even if he hollers. Well, that song is called Tiger, and you can find that at all the places that you listen to music online. And I'm going to pass the baton to my bandmate, Rebecca. You are on mute.
Whatever. Thank you. That was really cute, actually. If Betty Sue could show up at all of my Zooms and shows where I make technical mistakes and just like pop up over my shoulder and be like, you're messing that up. That would be great. Love that. I was just saying that I'm really excited to get to play you guys another song from our upcoming record, which we recorded last year and are releasing, I was going to say next year, but then I remembered it is the future. It's 2021. And this song has a video in which we got a lot of people who were at home bored in early days of lockdown to record videos of themselves dancing. So if you want to see some of our favorite people on earth dancing their booties off, go check out Rescued, our video on YouTube. After the show, though, guys, please stay here for a while. We love you.
I'm not sending up flares, no SOS. Don't call the National Guard, it's just a little black dress. The trouble I find is the trouble I run to. Don't wanna be saved, I don't wanna be rescued. Rescued. burn to hide or learn to slow. I'm loving the mess I'm getting into. I don't need to be saved, I don't need to be rescued. Rescued. Rescued.
Oh, it's very fun to sing songs we wrote together because they have like little bits of all of us in them. So when I sing it, even though I'm by myself, I still kind of feel like I'm with Grace and Betty Sue, which is a nice feeling to have. I'm going to pass the baton on to the fantastic Ms. Grace Pettis.
Oh my goodness. That was so good. Well, this next tune here, I'm going to play for you guys. Thank you so much for being here, by the way. We're truly honored you would spend this time with us. And this is a little song that we wrote on our first writing day together. We were sort of giddy because we'd written a song we were really proud of, Queen City. And it was getting late and we were like, well, there's lots of wine. Let's try to write something else. So we just sort of came up with this one. And I'd like to dedicate it to that person that's in your mind as I'm saying this. You know, they're kind of a hot mess, but in like a really charming, sort of irresistible way. And even though you know you're too old for that, and you just spend a lot of energy mothering them that you don't have, you know, it's really hard to turn down anyway. Like that person in your brain, all of us have that person. And I was thinking of a specific person that I had met recently when we wrote this. But you know, we're all happily partnered. I'm happily married, and so I'm sort of immune to that kind of charm in particular. But anyway, made a good song. So this is called What'll I Do? You're not such a good idea. I'm pulling for it. My friends wouldn't give us a green light. I wanna floor it. And when you call me after midnight, I want you more than I should. And then you stop by, trying to act like you were just in the neighborhood. What'll I do? What'll I do? What'll I do about you, about you? What'll I do? What'll I do? What'll I do about you, about you, about you? You're gonna be a poet, maybe a chef. Yeah, you're pretty and you know it. Not a safe bet, and I can see you just got a tattoo. Is that supposed to be Van Gogh? You wanna stay here while your rent's due, something like 3 months ago. Oh, what'll I do? What'll I do? What'll I do about you, about you? What'll I do? What'll I do? What'll I do about you, about you, about you? What'll I do? I'm in trouble now. What'll I do? it's time to bring back my illustrious bandmates, Rebecca Loby and Betty Sue.
Rebecca, you're muted.
But I knew you were cheering. In my heart.
I said, and the crowd goes wild. It was very original and creative. I'm sorry you missed it.
I am too.
That was yummy.
Well, I was thinking about how this next song was one of the first ones that we actually recorded. Like we did a couple of different recording sessions back when we could all, do that kind of thing. And this was one of our first sessions back with, of course, as ever, as with all of our official releases, Michael Ramos producing the session and calling in amazing world-class musicians to play with us. And I'll never forget hearing David Polkingham come up with the opening guitar hook for this next song and being like, yeah, can you please do that? And can you just please come with us everywhere that we ever go again and just play that hook with us? Because it sounds so amazing.
Please.
I don't know. Do you guys have any favorite things looking back on when we were together in the studio?
Just being able to sing in harmony. I really miss that.
That is a big one.
And I used to draw lots of things in studio every day while we were recording. Some of them were really pretty and sort of mandala-like, and others were very crude. And
That's true story.
But it was a good time.
I was thinking about just actually singing Rescued. I was thinking about how much time we spent working on that song in the studio. We're not really, we don't write in the studio necessarily, but the record label we're on owns these studios we record at, and they have this artist department. And so we would do overnight sessions where we would record all day, spend the night, and then record all the next day. And at least 2 of those sessions, we were working on different iterations specifically of Rescued and really drilled down on it and rewrote the whole thing from top to bottom 3 times. It was crazy. For some reason, just popped in my head.
Yeah, I remember us reworking Tiger on the pull-out couch on the bed, and we're all sitting cross-legged on the bed together and coming up with alternate melodies and trying things out. It's so fun how at the last moment sometimes the best ideas come in, and
I think that's
it's fun.
often true. What are we doing now? Oh, we're playing another song.
Sorry, Mike.
And then this one is actually one of the first songs we wrote for the new record, or maybe the first.
Is it? I think it might be.
This is the first song for the new record. And it will always be linked to Betty Sue's living room and copious amounts of black coconut tea.
Yes. A lot of our songs were born there. The songs on this new record.
I'm drinking some spiced chai tonight. All right.
Alrighty.
That high school looked like prison. Glazed eyes just trying to fit in. Slow dancing, sloppy kissing. You did your time. You didn't know what you were missing. All second-hand ambition. Till you went drifting down the double yellow line. You went from black and white to technicolor overnight. You ain't in Kansas anymore.
My bad.
Nothing's the same as it was before. You're such a long way gone. Can't click your heels and go home again, baby. And one thing's for sure, you ain't in Kansas anymore.
Framed on your mother's mantle is a you they all can handle. Out here you're such a scandal. Now you're on your own. Grown, you can't hold a candle to the kid in light blue flannel. But now you watch a different channel than the folks at home. You've seen the curtain fall, nothing
going back there after all. You ain't in Kansas anymore. Nothing's the same as it was before. You're such a long way gone. Can't click your heels and go home again, baby. And one thing's for sure, you ain't in Kansas anymore.
Courage and heart, heart and mind, and all of the truths inside of you, you needed to find. You ain't in Kansas anymore. Nothing's the same as it was before. You're such a long way gone. Can't click your heels and go home.
You ain't in Kansas anymore. Nothing's the same as it was before. You're such a long way gone. Can't click your heels and go home again, baby. And one thing's for sure, you ain't in Kansas anymore.
Nailed it.
I like how this was like the first shared song after people were like, you swap these verses so seamlessly. We're like, yes, we
Seamlessly.
do, always.
Yes,
We're perfect.
yeah.
Here, hold my beer.
I know. Sorry, guys.
Proof that it's live, girl. It's all great. See, now nobody will wonder. This is so amazing. Is it pre-recorded? No, in fact, it's not.
So nice.
Well, and I know we've got some folks who are new to us watching through Club Passim, which is really exciting. So hello to new people. We are a band. We are Nobody's Girl, based in Austin, Texas. 3 singer-songwriters who got together to go on one tour once 3 years ago, and just have been hanging out ever since.
You said it was one tour.
Grace and I like to joke that we tricked Betty Sue into joining a band with us. Although it's not really a joke, that's actually what happened.
That's true. Joke's on you.
Good times.
One thing we absolutely love to do at our shows on the road, but also now in the virtual world, is to invite our incredibly talented friends to be our special guests at our shows. So for this show, we've got just an utterly magnificent, luminous, incredibly talented special guest lurking in the wings, and we're going to drag her out onto the virtual stage with us now. Please make welcome Ms.
Oh my
Liz
gosh,
Longley.
a real ringer!
It's Liz Longley, you guys.
Hi, ladies. Oh my gosh, is this real life? This is so magical.
Oh, thank you.
I love hearing you all sing together. I don't know how you're doing it in time. It's something to see.
Betty Sue made it up.
You're winning. I love it.
As with
I love it.
everything with our band that works really well, it's probably because of Betty Sue somehow.
You're crazy.
Truth.
Well, I love you all. It's so good to see you on one screen, and thank you so much for inviting me to be
Oh,
here.
yeah, of course. Well, and we hadn't mentioned this to the audience yet, but we're going to tell them now that this is the portion of the show during which we do a little Q&A. So if you have any questions for any of us or for our special guest, Liz, put them in the comments right now. Now would also be a great time to click the share button on your Facebook or your YouTube. Send it out to Twitter. God knows Twitter needs some positive energy right now. Please send them this show. Also, share it on Facebook because Liz Longley's about to sing and everybody should hear it. Duh.
Yeah, everybody
So yeah,
needs to.
invite your friends. You're gonna look real good, I promise. And in the meantime, I just figured we'd chat and catch up with our buddy Liz. Liz, where are you tuning in from today?
I
You're
am
in a
at
secret,
a.
undisclosed location.
I'm actually at my parents' house. I haven't left since Christmas, and haven't let them take down their Christmas tree because I've had been set up here for online shows for about 2 weeks. So I'm gonna leave here for home in Nashville on Monday. But until then, I'm here trying to plan a wedding during a pandemic. Good times.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Very
man.
exciting.
I
You know what's
ya.
cool?
Oh,
Is
that's
I
good
think
to
I
hear.
met all of you guys within 1 year. Like,
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
it was all like that 2008 and we all were camped out at Kerrville.
Well, we met Liz right before that.
Right. Just a couple months, but I mean,
yeah.
but still, it's kind of amazing.
It is amazing. I haven't seen you guys in so long though, so this is great. And I see our mutual friend, all of us are friends with the Phil Collins, who is
The
here.
Phil
which is so
Collins.
cool.
Love you, Phil.
We love you.
I actually was going to text to make sure he knew this show was happening, and then I saw him in the chat, and I was like, okay, one more thing I didn't have to do. Phil is aware. Good news.
Phil is our angel.
Prine and Isbel is what Grace
Sorry, I was sneakily answering a question in the comments
was
while you guys were
wondering.
talking.
I was trying to peek at it.
Liz, I don't know if you know
blow
this.
up your TV.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Blow up
Go
your
ahead.
TV. That's great. No, I love that. Liz, I don't know if you know this about Phil. Phil Collins from Austin, Texas was our first. He road managed for us our first weekend on tour. And honestly, we were still like learning each other's songs and like rehearsing in the van and getting into the swing of things. I mean, we were very prepared for that tour. We were very professional.
He stole his wife's car.
We did steal his.
I forgot about that.
He's
I
the
totally
best.
forgot about that.
He one time let me borrow his car, me and Robbie Hecht, and let's just say we made a boo-boo and the tire popped. And there's these weird things in the roads in Austin where they're like little bumps where there shouldn't be. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Like the little,
Yeah.
like you didn't need to put that there. So we ran over it, and that was a mess. He's an angel.
Oh my gosh.
You didn't need to
taking
put
me on
that there.
tour.
We were trying to go 50 miles an hour in a neighborhood.
Oh, well, I have been rocking out. I think we all have been absolutely rocking out to Liz's new record. She released a record in September called Funeral for My Past. And I will say that her single releases, I don't know if I've told you this, Liz, but her single releases starting actually in like January, February, every month or two she'd drop a new single. Sometimes she'd do 2 at a time, and they were like little vitamins for my soul, like during quarantine. Like I'm like, oh God, Liz has a new song, thank God, and it just always bright. It was like something she did a great job promoting it, so I'd look forward to it, and then it'd come out, and then I'd love to sing it, and it just always made me super happy. So I was like, fangirl in major anticipation of your record coming out in September, and the record does not disappoint. It's beautiful. It's a great
Thank
album.
you so much.
Yeah.
It was very strange to put out a record in 2020, let alone 2. But I put a Christmas EP out too. But it kept me sane, staying busy. It was the only way to get through 2020.
Something to focus
Distract
on, I guess.
yourself.
I think we added your Christmas EP to our Nobody's Girl. Was it like 'Tis the Season playlist on Spotify?
Oh,
Sounds about
thank
right.
you.
If anyone's having trouble weaning from Christmas tunes, we've got a whole playlist of them on Spotify.
I feel like the whole Christmas season was like 3 days this time. So I would totally dive back in personally.
Me too. I have it. That's why we have.
She's protecting the tree.
I think we all want to rewind about a week or so. Just go back to that happy place a bit longer.
Well, I'm not seeing any questions in the chat, so I guess with no further ado, we should clear the stage and let Liz Longley take it away.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Well, I'll play you 2 songs from my new record then. So thank you so much. This is called My Muse. He sits on my front porch, nursing a cigarette. It's well past 5 a.m. He's wide-eyed and buzzing. Just like everybody else in this town, I met him at the bar. He poured out his heart. Some say it's the war, some say it's the whiskey. My muse, a glory in his mess. He's as confused as I am about life and death, and I am bound to his darkness like he's bound to my light. He's my muse. I tried to paint him, though he's hard to define. His ever-changing shade, his mysterious mind. Tonight I see him in the deepest of blues, tangerine hues, under the light of the moon. Yeah, he's my muse.
and how beautiful brokenness really is. And he speaks in stories as weathered as the boots he's in. And he reminds me that we all have dreams that never see the light, 'cause we don't let it in. And how we're all just dying till we choose to live. He's my muse, a glory in his mess. He's as confused as I am about life and death, and I am bound to his darkness like he's found in my light. He's my muse. Ooh. Thank you all so much. It's so good to see familiar faces in the crowd. Nancy, how you doing? Hi, Jeff and Anita. Lynn. Hi, Ray. Well, this song, this is the title track of my new record, and it's about letting go of the past, because it doesn't serve you if, well, especially the past that we our recent past, holding on to it, and all the feels of 2020. I truly believe we're better when we let these things go. As hard as it is, it's very, very hard. But this is a song that will hopefully encourage you to let those things go that are holding you down, holding you back. It's a new year. Hopefully we'll start seeing some change soon. Okay, I got one more for you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to those three beautiful ladies, Rebecca, Grace, and Betty Sue. I just adore you, and I'm so honored to be here, so thank you. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. I held a funeral for my past today. Laid it in the ground where it's meant to stay. With the roots, the dirt, pain and the hurt. I held a funeral for my past today. I got down on my knees, dug up a mighty grave, made room for all the darkness, the anger and the shame. So deep, it never haunts me, gone forever and always. I held a funeral for my past today. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. While I've been cutting roses, never thought this day would come. Me and my shadow, we were living as one. Every day I tried to fight it, my demons always won. Till I stopped fighting, till I let the light in. Oh, and I could not help but tremble, I could not help but cry. There was something holy about it, just watching it die. Right there, as I stood right before my eyes, up from the ashes, up from the ashes, my phoenix did rise. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, slowly. Don't give it one more breath. Let it go, let it be, let it rest here in peace. Lay it down at the funeral for your past today. Sing it with me at home. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey. Here's your funeral. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey. Flowers for your funeral. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Uh-huh. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness. You know, every time we bring a special guest on, we all think it's a good idea at the time, and then they come on and it's someone like Liz, and she's just so magnificent. It's just jaw-dropping. And like, how are we supposed to like play another show after that when I just want that sound to just stay in my ear holes forever? So
I know the
that's
feeling, having to follow all of you in your all of your glory. So
oh,
I know you started to sing and my phone blew up.
yeah. Yeah, everything blew up. Yeah. It's just,
Like
that's what
some of them
happens
were
with those
like,
things.
"Oh my gosh, she's like the greatest singer I've ever heard in my life," and then like 5 minutes later, like, I mean, and you too. And then
I mean,
some
and
of
you're
them were
great.
like, "How are you friends with Liz Longley?" And I'm like, I mean, I know people.
I lived in your house for what, 2 years?
That's true. That's true.
What? I didn't know that.
Mhm.
When was that?
Yeah.
Like,
2015 to 14, I think.
I totally
Yeah.
missed that chapter. Was this, I'm guessing, Austin?
No, this is
Nashville.
Nashville.
Yeah.
Nashville.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Good
yeah.
times.
but
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
People
Yeah,
are
well,
like-
I was thinking about, like Betty Sue was saying, like, that we all met quite a long time ago. I mean, this band met, like, a little over 10 years ago, and I met Rebecca right after I met you, Liz, actually. So,
Wow.
in a
Oh my
way, you could kind of be a fourth honorary member, because Betty Sue and I both met you at the same time, I think, at the Mountain Stage contest.
Yes, exactly.
And then we all hung out at Kerrville later.
Yes, I remember
So-
that. That was a fun time.
That was a pretty cool graduating class there.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like, Rebecca, just completing everything. Yeah, anyway.
Awesome.
But every time I hear you, I mean, even back then, like, the first time I heard you, it was like I had trouble picking my jaw up off the floor for, like, a really long time afterwards. And it's the whole package.
Same.
It's not just the voice. The voice is the first thing that you hear. But then you're like, oh, did she write this song? Oh, shit. And it just
know.
goes on from there.
incredible
So,
playing, everything, and
everything.
just
so
a
much.
beautiful, incredible presence everywhere you go. It's
Yeah.
we're all fangirls.
Ladies,
Yeah, I mean,
gee.
she's all right.
And just so you know, that this is how the three of us talk about you every time you come up. Like in the years that we have been in a
Oh my
band
God,
together,
Liz Longley,
like
you guys.
we'll be like, "Did you hear the new Liz Longley?" And we'll like jam it out in our whatever minivan we're touring in, and we're like, "Oh my gosh," we're like, "If I didn't know her, I would think this isn't what she really sounds like."
Yeah, it can't
And
be
then-
real.
So it's
Well,
annoying,
should all
and we
do a
don't really
show
like you.
together when the world is back to normal.
Oh,
That
Yeah.
would be a dream.
Yeah,
We should have
just
a
love
reunion.
that.
Hopping over to the comments
Yes.
really quick, Nancy Lineman has just wants everyone to know. She's over on YouTube, so I'm repeating this for those of you on Facebook. For those of you who are new to Liz, she's even 10,000 times better in person. As soon as you see that she's in a 250-mile radius, buy your tickets.
Yeah,
Or
that's
Sweet.
I agree.
that's so true. Because I mean, you make such great records, and this new record that you have is like a flawless gem. But then you hear that, and you're like, it can't be that good live. You know what I mean? Like, it can't. This is just recording studio magic happening, and then you go see you live, and you're like, well, damn. So
I know.
I second that.
I know.
Over in
I'm like, how much
Facebook
can I
land.
get for all of my music gear?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Over in Facebook land, Kent threw a link up for lizlongley.com, her online store.
Yes.
Make sure to check that out.
Thank you,
guys.
Kent.
Oh, thanks.
We also want to mention her Patreon page, and Liz, there it is. There's the link below where you can find Liz's Patreon page. Patreon's pretty much how all of us are sustaining our creative habits and, lives this year. So if you feel like supporting
I was
Liz,
like, and our water bills.
yeah.
Everything.
Give her all of your money below. And you can't go
Thank
wrong.
you all so much, and I'm excited to hear you sing again. So please let me let you have the floor because the world needs more of you.
Because this is getting awkward.
She's like, I'm embarrassed.
I gotta go.
I can't believe I have to be on screen while they say all this stuff.
All right.
Thank you so much for being here. We
Yeah,
really
thanks
love you.
so much.
Love you all.
Thank
Stay safe and hope
you.
to see you soon. Mwah. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yes. It is weird to be a fan of someone that you're friends with, but
I
that
know.
is what it's like
Can't
knowing Liz
help it,
Longley and
though.
knowing you guys. And and speaking of which, I think it's time for the one, the only Miss Betty Sue to play us a song.
Okay. This is another one that was birthed in my living room together with Rebecca Loby and Grace Pettis. And we actually started this in a totally different groove. And then in the middle of the night, there was like an idea. It was captured on a phone. There was more sleeping. And then the next day when we got together to finish the song and maybe write some other songs, very timidly was like, you might hate some of this, but it ended up being part of the new version of the song and how we recorded it. So it was a fun experiment. And that's kind of the great thing about having a little time to write songs is you never know how they might change during the course of things.
A deck of cards that loves New York. Best new dress balled on the floor. Forgotten keys left in the door. The morning after the night before. Dirty sheets stuck to your skin, soft as the light, reaching in, your breath in and out, waves on the shore, the morning after the night before. The moon spins, sidewalks into silk, glittering ahead of our feet. The truth in the dying of the thrill, concrete is just concrete. Where do you go when your eyes grow dark? Skin to skin, still so far. And do you even see me anymore? The morning after the night before. Moon spins, sidewalks into silk, glittering ahead of our feet. Miss Rebecca Loby.
God, I was just thinking about how good this feels, how good it feels to get to be with you guys and reading what's up with all of you all in the comments and hearing my friends' gorgeous voices and singing songs that we wrote together. This has been really good for me, for my heart. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. We had not mentioned yet, because we are bad capitalists, that tonight's show is free, but you are welcome to pay for it at passim.org/stream. There is a suggested donation, but it's a suggestion, and you should pay what you can. We really appreciate you so much for being here. God, yes, absolutely. Also, I really wanted to mention too, I'm looking to see if I have it near me, that the wonderful Ms. Betty Sue has been so busy in this past year. She spent her time at home during lockdown creating an item that has changed my life and has changed, I think, a lot of people's lives. She made a dang planner. Like, not a plan, not just like an empty journal, but like a full, I'm pulling mine out, a full freaking planner called the Work Play Everyday Planner. It's like a life creativity organization situation that's got like creative prompts for the whole year and a beautiful like scheduling thing, but also just great ways to like review how you're feeling. And there's even a chart in there that suggests like ways to clean your house. Which I need. You can't see what a mess my life is because I keep this corner clean. But anyhow, I'm just such a huge fan of it. And I highly recommend that you guys all check it out, workplayeveryday.com. I asked her if I could talk about it tonight during the show, and she confessed that yes, and also told me that she has sold out of the first printing. There's a second printing on the way. So just in case you want to know how beloved it is, people are using it and telling their friends, and even now a week into January, like still running to the website to buy it, which I recommend you do. So anyhow, I'm pretty sure she's blushing mightily wherever she is, but she doesn't have control of my mic, so she can't turn it off. Just please check it out. I couldn't be more proud of my friend for taking her creativity. She designs her own planner every year, and every year everyone admires it so much. But this year she made her own. When I'll leave the sun hanging straight up in the sky. Leave the apples in their baskets, let them rot and turn white. The cold averted glances, the fear in my bones. When I'll leave the long arm and the trips behind the shed. Bundles in my mattress, the shaking of their heads. I'll fare thee well to no one, no, I'll disappear. And Margarita, you're the reason I've been a bad dawn. Margarita, you're the reason I've been holding on. Margarita, you're the queen of every better sign. Margarita, When I'll leave completely with a suitcase full of cash. I'll uncross every border and I'll untake every breath till we're standing in a chapel and we're making promises. Oh, the girls will get new dresses and the boys get baseball caps. I'll answer every question, we'll dance till every last drop of celebration has been wrung out of our shoes. We'll make love till the morning, make love till we can't move. Margarita, you're the reason I've been a bad dawn. Margarita, you're the reason I've been holding on. Margarita, you're
this sunny day. The sky grew thick with thunder and the birds all flew away. They shackled us like killers. We walked in single file. And Margarita, they've been talking, but I ain't heard a word. I've been dreaming you could see me in my cell of steel and dirt, hidden from that sun, hanging straight up in the sky. I've been plucked like an apple left to rot and turn to wine. Margarita, you're the reason I've been a bad dawn. Margarita, you're the reason I've been holding on. Margarita, you're the queen of every beggar's son. Margarita, Margarita, oh Margarita, Thank you guys so much. Oh man, thanks Nancy for asking in the YouTube chat if we've got Patreon pages. That's very sweet. I see a few people, including our own Betty Sue, have answered your question. But yeah, we've all got our own solo Patreon pages. So we're easy to find at our own names, patreon.com/insert band member's name here. And like Grace mentioned, a lot of us are using Patreon quite a lot these days to keep our little boats afloat. So thanks for even thinking about it. And man, speaking of Grace, why don't we get her back? Why don't we get her back on screen? She's going to sing you guys a song we wrote.
Grace, you have to turn your mic on.
My Betty Sue angel of muting. Thank you. She's so helpful. Anyways, yeah, I was just saying this is a song that we all wrote together. We're very proud of it. It's called Birthright. It's from our new forthcoming album. And I want to talk, before I play this song, about something that I'm involved in, which is a virtual online festival called Move Forward Fest. It's happening on Martin Luther King Day this year, and all of the proceeds are going to move some very large, very heavy Confederate monuments from a spot at the Bastrop County Courthouse in Bastrop, Texas, right down the road from where I live. It's a cause that I got involved with earlier this summer. I met this amazing activist and community organizer, Cheryl Lee, and she is spearheading this thing. And I got involved and there were some protests and sort of this miraculous thing happened, which is that this community, which maybe was mostly against moving these things in the beginning, Cheryl and her group of friends and followers shared some actual history about these monuments, when they were put up, why they were put up, as documented in newspapers at the time, Jim Crow era, in case you're wondering, and most of these monuments were put up during that time, by the Daughters of the Confederacy, and the conservative judge changed his mind, the committee changed their mind, a bunch of good people opened their hearts and changed their minds, and were able to walk in different folks' experience and walk in their shoes and feel the hurt that these monuments have caused for so many years to this community here in Bastrop. So we're moving them. The only thing is they cost about $50,000 to move, and we've raised about half of that now. But, you know, they're these big, heavy monuments, and they cost a lot of money to move. So we are throwing a musical festival, a virtual festival on Martin Luther King Day. We have the Chicks headlining. Well, they're not going to play. We're going to play one of their music videos, and they each are going to share a personal message about what it means to them. But the Chicks, as in formerly the Dixie Chicks, have signed on to this. They're behind it. They're throwing their weight behind it. as of today, Dar Williams. We have so many amazing guests. I'm just going to read through some of these. Like, we've got Nobody's Girl. We've got each of us individually. Also, David Ramirez, Tom Prasada Rao, James McMurtry, Chris Matthews, Heather May, Ray Prem, Rachel Sage, Eliza Gilkison, best-selling author Ryan Holiday, Akina Adderley, Ron Deshay, Robert Kraft, Ruthie Foster. Yeah, so it's going to be a pretty cool event. And it was just a little thing that we came up with an idea to do, and then a bunch of good people and a bunch of amazing artists just like threw their talent behind it, and threw their support behind it. So we are going to move these things. They're going. And let that be a lesson to you and to me. It has been for me, that even the biggest, heaviest, terrible things can be moved. We can actually move mountains if we want to. We can move monuments. We can move forward. And even though we are in really dark times, we can do those things together if we choose to. My grandmother always said that many hands make light work. And I believe that. So, yeah. With that in mind, here's a song called Birthright that we wrote together from our new forthcoming record.
Number one mom, handing out water on the sidelines to the team. Right there, yelling in the bleachers when they crown my sister queen. Right there in every photo online I've ever seen. Number one mom for her new family, but left me when I was 3. What do you do? What do you do with that? My dad put his father's bronze star in a case on the nightstand. But most of what his daddy gave him was the back of his hand. He was a war hero and a real fair boss and a church-going man. Bruises fade, but it never stops hurting where the punches land. And what do you do? What do you do with that? With that right beneath the surface you just started to scratch, those answers to the questions you don't know how to ask yourself. How do you carry what you can't give back? All you've inherited after the fact. What do you do? Your family came to this country in chains, to a place that didn't care where they were from and that tried to erase their names. and my family still lives on the land we bought with blood and pain. And when our kids start asking, what do we tell them? How do we explain that right beneath the surface you just started to scratch those answers to the questions you don't know how to ask yourself? How do you carry what you can't give back? Oh, you've inherited after the fact. What do you do? What do you do with that?
Well, that was therapeutic for me. I hope it was for you too. And I think it's time to bring the band back together.
Hooray! Yay! Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, and so much love coming in on the comments, you guys. Like Rebecca was saying at the top of the show, in case some of you have joined us later, we weren't totally sure that we were going to do this tonight, but I just want to say, for as many of you who have said that this has been an important escape and a kind of a salve to have music in the midst of everything that's going on, I think it is serving as that for the three of us as well. It has been such a balm to just listen to each of you sing and to play songs together. So I just want to say thank you guys for being such lovely humans that I love.
I agree.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing. Hey, audience, thank you for being here. We mentioned very recently in the chat that you are welcome to throw some dollars in the tip jar if you feel so inclined. We've also got some CDs and t-shirts. If you're new to Team Nobody's Girl, you can head over to wearenobodiesgirl.com/store. It's possible to throw money in the tip jar there. You can also pre-order our new record, which is where a lot of these songs are coming from. You can also get what we call our starter pack, which is a bundle that has one CD from each of us and comes with our group album Waterline that came out last year. Or 2 years ago. Anyhow, we're just happy that you're here. We'd love to share more music with you if you're into it. And you can also find our newsletter on our website so that you can know when we're doing this again. I'm British, guys. I don't know if you knew that about me, but I'm just British for a minute. Again. I was actually just thinking earlier today about how I was co-writing with a friend of mine who's British, and he was just like, "Man, you can't say bloke, can you?" And he tried to rhyme feign with a gain. I was like, "Can't do that. I can't."
Not a rhyme in American English.
Yeah, not a rhyme in
Writing
America.
across the channel. Yeah.
And I'm way too much of a little rhyme strumpet to try and fudge it that way. Never.
Strumpet is such a good
strumpet.
word.
I'm a sucker for an internal rhyme, you guys. Now you know pretty much everything about me. My name is Rebecca. I'm a Leo, and I'm a total whore for an internal rhyme. That's all you need to know. Well, this is taking a turn. P.S. Rhyme Strumpet would totally get a South by Southwest showcase just based on the name alone. Rhyme Strumpet.
Yes. Yeah, rhyme strumpet.
Alrighty, my darlings,
Singular,
my little
yeah.
strumpets of rhyme. Would you like to play a song with me called Queen City?
I would love to
Why,
do that with you.
sure.
Goody.
Welcome, honey, to Queen City, 20 miles west of the line. Meridian Mississippi where the beaten path unwinds. Leave your gold, your casseroles, your bottles of sweet red wine, your losing hand, your wedding band, polished to a shine.
No matter what you're running from whichever road you've come, pilgrims, children, want a mother's arms.
Magazines describe the scene as the caravans came to town. 20,000 strangers crowded in from all around. Paid respects, Sunday best, a sermon and then a song. Clapping hands, a marching band, gild the lily till dawn. No matter what you're running from whichever road you've come, pilgrims, children, want a mother's arms.
Ooh, ooh, Kelly was buried under many stars, scattered in the sight of God.
She had 14 babies, one unborn, gravestones new and worn, hills of roses, hills of thorns. No matter what you're running from whichever road you've come, pilgrims, children, want a mother's arms.
In my heart, I was singing harmony, which is why I was mouthing along.
I was too. But I also got completely distracted for a minute because somebody made Star Trek references in the comments. So sorry about that, guys. But to answer your question, I would like to play at Quarks and 10 Forward, but probably I would rather drink and play in Quarks than 10 Forward, because in 10 Forward, everybody has to wear their uniforms and you're drinking with people that you work with, which is less fun. And in Quarks, it's people that are just visiting the space station. So... Plus, there's probably better
She's not
booze.
faking it, y'all. She's not a Star Trek poser.
It's probably
She
mostly synthahol
actually-
on the Enterprise. You know what I'm saying?
Actually knows.
Like, bring out the Romulan ale. That's what I'm saying.
She is for real.
I love it that it's used to be kind of like Grace's secret obsession, and she
Now everyone knows.
yeah, it's just been sort of like dragged out into like the light, and I love it. I'm here for it because it's like we always joke that she's not only the youngest woman but also the oldest man in our band because she comes in so hard with the dad jokes constantly, and she's also like the most unexpected die-hard Trekkie of all time. Oh my god! 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 I have to tell you guys something. It's very important.
Oh, yeah, tell us.
You two
Breaking
already
news.
know. By you guys, I mean everyone on the audience, in the audience. So, a couple of years ago, over the summer, we spent 2 full days at the studio, grueling, long 16-hour days, recording the music video for Waterline. It looks great. We're running around in a river. We're wearing full hair and makeup. We look awesome. And at like
Typical day.
8 p.m. Yeah, typical day. So second day ends, having like been up since dawn. Second day ends at like 8 or 9. My car won't start. Grace was riding home with me from this studio. It was like 60, 70 miles outside of Austin. And my car wouldn't start. And we ended up having to call AAA. AAA had to send 2 trucks till they found one that could load my little car onto the back of it. Because at first they just sent somebody to jump it. Didn't work. Had to wait. It was like midnight by the time we finally got a truck out there to take us back to Austin. And I get in the car and I was so exhausted. And for some reason, I was in shotgun. Grace was in the back. And we had this like very sweet, very good old boy Texas, like deep Texas tow truck driver. And I'm like nodding off in the front seat, but trying not to, like, we don't know this man. So I'm trying not to like abandon Grace to him. And I'm just like, barely awake. And then Grace saw on the home screen of his cell phone a Star Trek insignia. And she was like, oh, are you into Trek? I am too. And then he just lights up. She lights up. I fall asleep. They just talk for like an hour straight. No, I'm kidding. I was like barely awake. But they talked for like an hour straight about like deep Star Trek knowledge. Like what you just heard about the Romulan ale. It was that for like 75 minutes straight. And at the end, we get to a parking lot in Austin with our sweet gentleman friends there to pick us up. And he gently helps Grace down from the truck. She's landing softly into this like parking lot at 2 a.m, about to be handed back over to her husband. And this truck driver says, well, ma'am, it was really nice to meet you tonight. And if I'd met you 30 years ago, I would have asked you to marry me, and I'd have built you a house in the shape of the Enterprise.
And y'all, if I was 30 years younger and single, I would have said yes.
He also would have been like 3.
Yeah, that's true.
It was absolutely one of the best things I've ever witnessed.
Yeah.
And on that note, I guess we should pass this off to Betty Sue.
You know, Trekkies come from all kinds of surprising places. It's one of my favorite things. We're all walks of life. We're indiscriminate.
I wasn't even there, and that was one of my favorite Nobody's Girl stories of all time.
So amazing. So good.
Yeah, she is not faking it. I know, like, when we've, there are people who are like, oh yeah, I'm a fan, or I'm a Trekkie. No, she's got deep knowledge, you guys. It's for real. Well, I guess it's kind of my job tonight to play several songs that we haven't released yet, and I kind of love that, to be honest, because it feels like you have these little secret gems that you get to share a little bit at a time. For those of you who are familiar with me as a solo artist, you're laughing because you're like, yeah, you play unreleased songs all the time because you never release songs. Which I do release them, but I just release them on Patreon. So anyway, this is a song that we started writing together in Ireland, and it always, every time I play it or hear it, it takes me right back to being there and just seeing the beautiful countryside. And I'll say I still remember flying over the ocean and seeing Ireland start to appear in the airplane window. And it was my first time. I'd been to Europe a bunch of times, been to the UK a bunch of times, but I'd never been to Ireland. And I remember seeing that kind of soft, loamy, verdant ground appear, and I could immediately hear my old friend Greg Trooper singing his song Ireland, and I just started to weep and kind of wished that I could have seen it together with him. But anyway, this song is it touches on all of those things about love and loss and wishes and care.
First you learn to breathe. Nobody has to teach you. Then you learn to walk. Now nobody can reach you. Where you run into, does ivy need to climb? Or is just her custom to leave the ground behind, lingering and lonesome. Where you run into, where you run into. Run wild, run free, run to where you need to be. Maybe one day you'll run home to me. Lark upon the ledge sings into the morning. Where'd you leave your nest? Did you wing off without warning? Where you run into, run wild, run free, run to where you need to be. Maybe one day you'll run home to me. The tide's gone rushing out, and the bumblebees returning. Geese are flying south, April skies are storming. Where you run into, where you run into. Run wild, run free, run to where you need to be. Oh, and maybe one day you'll run home to me.
So sending love to our friends in Ireland, to Grace's mom and family and friends who housed us and cared for us and fed us beautifully and just held us in such a cradle of love while we spent our time there in Ireland. We can't wait till it's safe to travel again, and hopefully we will return to you, run home to you. Well, I'm going to pass the baton over to my bandmate, Rebecca.
I just want to curl up and go to sleep now in a little cocoon of love. That was so beautiful. Wow. You know, I was thinking, Trina over on YouTube was saying that it's one of not just her favorite Nobody's Girl song, but one of her favorite songs of all time. And that, first of all, is enormous praise and thank you. But also that really phrase bounced around in my brain as I was listening to Betty Sue sing. And I was thinking, yeah, I really like this song too. And I was thinking about how funny it is to be in a band after so many years of being a solo artist where it's not just that I'm modest and don't let myself talk highly of myself. I honestly don't think about myself critically in the same way or like allow myself to entertain thoughts about whether or not I like my own songs. You know, I just don't think that way about my solo stuff. But with Nobody's Girl, I'm like, you should listen to my band. We're great. And it's not like bragging because 2/3 of it is about them and they are freaking great. And I know that objectively. So anyhow, I just have this warm, gooey, happy feeling right now and I want it to stay forever. I'm going to play you guys a song that, as far as I know, has not been performed live by anyone in Nobody's Girl, certainly not by me. But it's a song that we recorded for our new record. It's a cover by one of our all-time favorite artists. The song turns 50 this year. 50th release anniversary is in February, which is a huge deal. And we're going to be releasing a video for this very soon. So do stay tuned and head over to our website to sign the email list so you know when it's coming out. I didn't mean to turn that into a pitch, but I'm a Leo. It's what I do. But yeah, I'm really excited to sing this song for you guys. So far away, doesn't anybody stay in one place anymore? It would be so fine to see your face in my door. Doesn't help to know you're just time away. Long ago I reached for you and there you stood. Holding you again would only do me good. How I wish I could, but you're so far away. One more song about moving along the highway. Can't say much of anything that's new. If I could only work this life out my way, I'd rather spend it being close to you. But you're so far away. Doesn't anybody stay in one place anymore? It would be so fine to see your face in my door. Doesn't help to know you're so far away. Traveling around sure gets me down and lonely. Nothing else to do but close my mind. I sure hope the road don't come to own me. There's so many dreams I've had yet to find. So far away, doesn't anybody stay in one place anymore? It would be so fine to see your face in my door. Doesn't help to know that you're so far away. Yeah, 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 you're so far away. Ooh, far away. That was fun to sing. We've just got a couple more tunes for you. Let's get Ms. Grace Pettis back in here.
Oh, hello. Fancy seeing you guys here. Well, I suppose I can play you a Nobody's Girl tune. This is a song called Waterline, and it is the title track to our debut EP. And I'm gonna take these headphones off. Don't mind if I do. Right here, this is how high we watched it rise. Right here, here's the water line. 3 coats still shows. Right here, we lost it one drop at a time. No storm, no surge, no big warning sign.
10 years right here. Ooh, day by day, never survive this. Ooh, washed away, everything rises. This is not where I thought I'd be by now. This is nowhere. Passion moved down the end run. Damn it, it's done. Ooh, day by day, never survived this. Ooh, washed away, everything rises. We stood on the rafters, a natural disaster, the wreckage of happily ever after.
Man, do I need Betty Sue.
Ooh, day by day, never survived this. Ooh, washed away, everything rises. We stood on the rafters, a natural disaster, the wreckage of happily ever after. Right here, this is how high we watched it rise. Right here, here's the waterline.
Well, I think it's time to bring the band back together yet again.
Yay! You don't need me. You owned that.
Oh man, I need both of y'all so bad, so bad. I was just singing that song, like, dang it. That's the first time I've sung that without you guys, and I never do a lot of those little guitar lick things, and so, yeah, just a big old helpless baby over here.
Oh, a real pretty one.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much to Liz Longley. I just have to say,
Yeah.
when I think about music that I need in my life, I think about Liz Longley's voice. And I'm not just saying that because she was on our show. She just is one of the truly great voices, period. And amazing person, amazing songwriter, great performer, and there is a reason that she's so beloved. And you guys all witnessed it. If you guys came in late and you missed Liz Longley, then you definitely need to go back and rewatch this whole concert again, because you do not want to miss seeing Liz Longley sing her couple of songs. She's incredible. Thanks to Passim also for hosting us tonight. It has been such a treat. Can I just say, this whole year, almost all singer-songwriters everywhere have been hosting their own shows and having to be their own sound person, their own tech person. They're running all of the behind the scenes, bringing people on and off screen and all of that. And tonight, the three of us got a little taste of what it was like before the pandemic, when all you really had to do was perform. Because Abby and Club Passim have worked their tails off running the show and making things much more seamless, and we are so grateful. So please support them. It supports us too, but we really need to support Club Passim and all of the work that they are doing to keep the virtual stage going. And to keep promoting artists. They do such a wonderful job. They have for so many years. Should we
guess we
musically
just
dream
have-
of better days?
Yeah, I think we just have one more song, but we at this point in the show, we generally chat just a little bit about what we all have. Oh, I have all this reverb on. What we all have.
Good
coming up.
idea.
Yeah.
So, Grace, where can we find you, my dear?
Well, I have this this webcast that we are doing as a trio and individually on Martin Luther King Day for Move Forward Fest, and you can find that by searching for Monument Relocation Bastrop, which is BASTROP. And if you search for that in Facebook or on the internet, it should pop up. It's also all over my socials, and I'm sure it'll be on all of our socials in the days to come. And also, I've got a Patreon webcast that I'm doing as well later on in the month with, who do I have? Gosh, I just blanked. Okay, come back to me. I'll remember in a second. Gosh, I'm so tired, you guys.
Brain fart is the theme of the night. It's okay.
Come back to me, seriously.
Okay, sure.
Somebody else
Well,
go.
you can find me, I've got my own website, RebeccaLoby.com. My exciting news for the month is that I have started I've given myself a weekly residency, and I'm performing a solo show every Monday night on YouTube at my YouTube address. And the show is called 10 Songs and a Lie. And I'll be playing a full concert, telling stories all night. And then at the end of the show, the audience gets to guess which one of those stories is a bald-faced lie. And the first person to guess correctly wins something special. This week, the person won a brand new milk frother from Amazon because I've been obsessed with the milk frother I got for Christmas. So I sent one to the correct guesser. So it's just going to be a weird prize every week, and I get to, have fun trying to trick you guys telling a fake story. So that's my
That is so
exciting news.
creative and wonderful.
So good. And at the end of this residency, you're going to be like a really good poker player.
The hardest part is making up the fake stories and making them believable, because my real stories have so much detail. And I don't want to give too much away. Just come hang out with me on Monday at 8:00 Eastern on YouTube.
Here's a real story. My guest this month is Elliot Bronson, and I'm so sorry I forgot that. But
That's right. We love his
he
guts.
he's been on our show too, and he was recently. This is true. His house was recently broken into, and all of his stuff got taken and stolen, and so including his guitar. So. Yeah, that's part of why he's my guest. I'm going to try to help him raise a little money. So that will happen later in the month. Sorry, continue. Yeah.
All right. Well, poor Elliot. Oh, gosh.
I know.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Bummer. Ugh. Sorry, that was so sad. So I have, since the beginning of the pandemic, done a show every Tuesday called Nobody's Happy Hour. And I've had a guest each week, and we spin this wheel that tells us what to do. Oh, I have it somewhere down here. I can show you. My wheel of misfortune.
So awesome.
So fun.
You guys are way more creative than me with this stuff.
And it just tells us what to do. And this week, my guest is going to be Steve Poltz. So that's going to be crazy and fun. Wow. He was scheduled for last fall, but had some family things come up, and then so I've got great guests every week, so come tune in. You can find them at my website. And then the three of us have another show in about a week, next Thursday. So come see us there. And yeah, that's pretty much what we got going on.
I guess with that, we're just going to leave you with one final song. And like Betty Sue said, dream of better days. And I'm going to dream of capoing it in the first fret, so I'm in the same key as my bandmates. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dream that you dare to dream
really do come true.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby.
Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me.
Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why, then oh why can't I?
If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I?
Thank you guys all so much for spending this time with us. I really appreciate it. And we will see you next First Friday, if not sooner.
Yeah. I'm clapping for everyone out there who can't clap for you guys. Yeah. Oh, so much fun. Thank you all for getting together and putting together this great show. I am we've lost Rebecca. I'm always continually impressed by the ways that artists have managed to play together during these times, you know, even when we haven't been able to like do harmonies and stuff. Like just seeing you folks be able to pass a song around like that is just so cool. So thanks for putting in all of that work. Thanks to Liz Longley for being our special guest tonight. Yes. And thank you to all of you out there for spending the night with us. This show will remain up on Facebook's on Passim's Facebook and YouTube. So if you need to go back and experience the show again, if you had friends that couldn't make it, please share this with them, and so that they can also enjoy this. And one last pitch, if you folks are able to, please go to passim.org/stream and you can donate to support tonight. These tips will be split between Passim to continue our programming and being able to bring shows to you, as well as all of these artists, because this is how artists make a living these days. Between these live shows and everyone's individual Patreons, it's your direct support that is enabling artists to continue to make a living as artists and helping everyone pull through until we're back to a more traditional format. So thank you for spending your energy and your money keeping us all going here.
Here.
That's yeah. I feel like we covered it. Thanks guys. Have a great weekend and we'll see you next time.
Take care.